Chair Fowler, Vice Chair Odisio, Ranking Member Brennan, members of the House Education Committee, thank you for your service and for the opportunity to provide proponent testimony on Senate Bill 156. My name is Scott Phelps. I am Executive Director of the A&M Partnership near Chicago and author of the Success Sequence program at successsequence.com. I began this work in 1999 out of a concern for high levels of teen pregnancies, births, and abortions that were taking our youth off course and compromising their future well-being. Now, 27 years later, these three metrics are at all-time recorded lows. However, this good news dissipates rapidly in the shadow of these megatrends that now animate our work. Number one, non-marital birth rates at an all-time high. Number two, marriage rates near an all-time low. And number three, fertility rates near an all-time low. For individuals and societies to flourish, non-marital births cannot continue to increase. Marriage rates cannot continue to decrease. Fertility rates cannot continue their decline. We hear a lot today about existential threats, but an actual existential threat is when a culture stops having babies. The broader purpose of the Success Sequence education is to arrest these negative trends and equip a new generation of American youth to participate in the rebuilding of a healthy culture. Through no fault of their own, many of our youth are lost in a fog of confusion. Everywhere they turn, they are confronted by messages of despair. As a result, they tend to look forward to the future with fear. Fear that they can't afford to go to college, fear that they won't be able to get a good paying job, fear that they will not be able to buy a home, fear that they cannot afford to raise children, fear that they won't be able to have financial independence, and fear that if they get married, it will end in divorce. Where today do youth find hope for their future? Teaching the Success Sequence addresses and alleviates these fears. It provides youth a practical pathway forward in life and gives them hope for future career, for marriage, for family, for freedom. I confess that today I come here with a bit of a heavy heart. For years, we have celebrated the findings of the University of Michigan Monitoring the Future survey, indicating that nearly all high school seniors, some 90% on average, have said that they want to get married and have a family. However, in their latest report, this good news has crashed into the rocks. Now, only 67% of high school seniors think they will marry, and of these, only 51% believe their marriage will last a lifetime, and only 48% want to have children. These are terribly sobering statistics. The messages of despair have finally caught up with us. Enough of the doom and gloom. Our youth need hope for their future. The Success Sequence provides them with positive, healthy guidance that they need to pursue their dreams. It teaches, number one, the importance of education, number two, career, and number three, preparing well for future marriage and family. The Institute for Family Studies and American Enterprise Institute have done great research in this area. AEI says that 77% of Americans support teaching the Success Sequence in public schools. This is regardless of their age, political party, or ideology. They say it is uncommonly popular. Our Success Sequence program has been widely implemented with over 2 million students across all 50 states with very positive and sometimes dramatic results. In the Knoxville, Tennessee area, students showed an exact 90% flip on the pre-post-test surveys from 90% no to 90% yes. In Central Texas, 97% of students that went through the program said they would recommend the program to their friends. 97%. The state of Ohio is to be commended for considering this positive initiative, and it joins a growing list of states considering or passing such legislation, including Texas, Alabama, Utah, Tennessee, and Indiana. We are under no illusions that all students will follow the Success Sequence, nor is this a one-size-fits-all guarantee for success. However, all students should have the opportunity to learn these objective benefits and determine for themselves whether or not it is an option they wish to pursue. Providing Success Sequence instruction for youth is the pathway to restoring hope for America's youth and rebuilding the foundation of American culture. Thank you very much. Our program takes the work of Institute for Family Studies and American Enterprise Institute and takes it into the classroom. And when I have the opportunity to talk to young people, and I know that many of them come from single-parent families, I will say to them, in talking about the benefits of a married mother and father, I will say to them, am I saying that a single parent, a single dad, a single mom can't be a good parent? Am I saying that? And they will say, no, of course not. And I will say to them, most single parents are doing a heroic job. They're working very hard for you. And if you live with a single parent, if you live with a single mom, help out around the house, do your part, take out the trash, make your bed, wash the dishes. And I talk to kids just like that. And then what I want them to understand is I'm not saying a single parent can't be a fantastic parent. Most are. But it's hard. It's hard. And what do you want for your future and for your children? And Success Sequence is a clear pathway forward out of poverty and toward healthy family structure. And they are dying to hear that message, and they eat it up.
And the reason, this is a very challenging thing for a teacher to come out and teach. I taught Soc and Psych, and in my sociology class, I took data, and I showed it to the students, and I said to a particular class, here is the data around teenage moms. And the likelihood that their son or daughter would be a teenage parent, especially the daughters, was substantially increased if your mother was a teenage mother. And the blowback I got from one particular student, nobody should have to deal with. Needless to say, she became a teenage mom her senior year, but could we prevent this by educating them? And how do you protect teachers from going down this discussion? Because this is a very personal discussion.
Through the chair, to the member, it is very important, not just what we say, but how we say it, right? And so what we want to do, to answer several of the previous questions as well, our Success Sequence program covers 4 grade levels. It's used in a number of different states, and it aligns with most state requirements already. It's not an additional material. It's really, as has been said, woven into the fabric of existing requirements. So we're actually really providing teachers with a way to handle these things well. All of our material is rooted in objective, factual material. It's not an opinion. It's not the teacher telling the students what they think. It's about simply laying out for students what is the clearly objective, beneficial pathway for them. And you can do that in a very positive way. Our presentation isn't no, don't stop, bad, quit. It's more like a cheerleader. You can do this, yes, you can. We want to help you see. And everything we teach comports with their nature. It's why they respond to it so well. We get tremendous response from students. So we do professional development for educators to teach this, typically as a health curriculum supplement. And we help teachers manage these things and to teach the program well, based on objective fact. If they were being subjective about it, it would be very difficult. But because it's clearly objective, it's much easier to teach. And kids respond to it tremendously well.
I don't know if any of the model curriculum is in our materials. I don't think that I've seen it, but I would be interested to see it if someone could send as follow-up. I guess then the follow-up question that I have is really about how. So I understand that you're saying that the information, you're teaching it from an objective perspective and not subjective, but it still seems like it would bump up into some of the constraints that we have put around talking about some of these issues, like related to ability for parents to opt out, maybe coming into the area of sensitive subjects. I don't know what thoughts because I haven't seen the curriculum, I have no idea if, I'm just presuming that in order to have these conversations, you would have to go pretty in depth. How would the curriculum navigate some of those constraints?
Yes, through the chair to the member. It is, as has been said, in the testimony that I think you said you missed, Mr. Rowe pointed out that decisions made between 14 and 24 are critical for future life. So it's really about relational skills and really helping young people prepare well for healthy future marriage so that the concerns that you're talking about are alleviated by learning these things. So it's objective principles and it's relationship education and training that are helping prepare them for that future lifetime commitment.